What's good? What's going on? How you feeling out there? You vibing? You vibing? You vibing with Reeves? Glad to be here. Glad to be here. Glad to be here. You know, and some people ask me when I tell them I have a podcast. Well, most people ask me, "What are you talking about? What do you talk about on Vibin with Reeves? Is it a sports podcast? Nah. Is it a strictly hip hop podcast? Nah." But I'm hip hop, so you got the hip hop, flavor going through it. And I talk. About it in different times. I just tell people it's whatever my vibe is at that time. I'm going through, what I'm thinking about, what I feel I can, talk about in a way that will connect with people and have them thinking and have them feeling, you know. Maybe they'll agree with me. Maybe they'll disagree with me. Maybe they'll wonder, what the hell is he talking about? Maybe they'll be like, yeah, I know exactly what he talking about. So it's different things. So, this episode will be like an explanation of what we do here. By we, I mean me. Vibing with Reese. Because it always sounds better when you say we. When you say I, it just sounds lonely, like you don't have it. But I'm still, I do this dolly for the most part. Shout out to my partner, Mr. Washington. He's the advisor. So, yeah, I can't say we because he's the advisor. So shout out to Mr. Washington. Shout out to everyone who tuned in. Anyone who ever has given me advice on how to improve the podcast and who has been a guest on this podcast and who's even thinking about checking it out. You get around to it and then you'll be hooked. And I got you. Okay. One of the things you can expect when you hear this podcast is me speaking on different subjects, such as racism. I discuss racism. On different episodes, I have expressed racism, my experiences with racism, and why there isn't a reverse racism isn't a thing. I express that. Now, keep in mind that people can have their own prejudices. Everyone can have prejudice. You don't need a power base behind you, catching your back that you can benefit from to have a person's prejudice. You don't need that. But to be racist, you have to have a power base behind you that benefits from what you're doing and that can empower you if you're doing what is in the benefit of said power system. That is racism. Yeah. So there's no reverse to that. It's just straight up racism. The reverse of racism would be equality and equity and no racism at all. That would be it. Because when you get into racism, it gets deep and then it's a lack of justice. So then people have to do things to make up for the lack of justice. They have to make up for the lack of humane treatment. Have to make up for the foul things that go on, the police brutality, the discrimination, you know, having people left out say, oh no, 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 no. These people aren't qualified to be in these positions. Oh, a whole gender people aren't qualified to do shit. All right. like every black person isn't qualified to be in a position where you have to use your mind in a professional setting. People use their personal prejudices when it comes to racism, and it furthers it. But if I don't have the power for it, I can't do it. I don't have the power system behind me. I can't do it. I could be prejudiced about shit. I think everyone can have their own little things they're prejudiced against, but you can benefit from it. Then yeah, you have it behind you. If you can benefit from it, you have it behind you. Then you shouldn't really lie to yourself and act like it doesn't exist because it does. You know, there's people who sit there and pretend that racism doesn't exist, and that's another thing I talk about in one of the episodes. Racism still alive. That was a recent one. Talk about that's right, Juneteenth. I discussed Juneteenth on the episode, but it's not issue. It's not just about racism. It's discussing racism, colorism, things like that. I also discuss depression. That's right. Talk about being sad, trying to work the way through it. Talk about self-improvement. Talk about self-improvement a lot. And that matters. Times is rough, life is hard, and you won't always feel your best. And sometimes you might have a voice in your head that's telling you you're not good enough. You, you may have a voice that's telling you those people that say you can make it, they lying to you. They don't really mean it. Shoot, you might be your own worst enemy. Shoot, you might be the biggest player hater in your life. Don't even realize it. That's right. The biggest person against you might be you. Maybe it was the way you was raised and a lot of unhealed trauma that you're dealing with. And, and can hurt you. You're trying to move forward, but it's holding you back. So I'll discuss things of that nature as well. Talk about creativity and the love to create, the need to create. Is a responsibility for what we create, what to do, and you have that urge to create, but it's just not coming out. It's just, nah, it's not coming out. It's just like you're being thirsty and you turn on the water fountain and just drip. And you go out to another store and then, oh, everyone's all out. Can't get nothing. Like, damn, can't get it. I can't get anything to drink. I'm so thirsty. It's kind of like that. You know, I speak on those things too. And when I first started this show, it was off his podcast. It was off me being sarcastic and kind of being suspicious of shit. I was like, what? I could do a podcast? Cause so I had do a podcast off Anchor app. 'Cause that's when I first started doing off the Anchor app on the phone. It's like we can't do a damn podcast off no damn app on no damn phone. Not even playing with me, damn it. That was my mind. That was my mind. So I'm like, yeah, all right, sure, I could do it. I could do a podcast. Come on, boy, Val. I'm gonna do a podcast. Can't do no damn podcast or this. And then next thing you know, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do this podcast. Yeah, right. And so I downloaded the app to the phone, recorded, and then I said, sure, I could do this. I said, okay, record it, but it's not gonna go to all the streaming sites. And guess what? I was wrong. I went to all the damn streaming sites. that had podcasts, by the way. Even sites even podcast sites I didn't even know existed. I was like, oh, sweat, this is real. This is real. It really went. I was like, wow, my bad. Then I said, you know what? It's cool. Let me do a few more. It was fun. It was fun. I was fun. And then the fourth episode was when I really liked it. Yeah, that was the episode that I went and I interviewed old battle rapper old Solo. Shout out to him. Definitely. He helped me get the other artists that I interviewed to really want to roll with it, to give me a shot. Ish K, one of the artists I interviewed on that first episode where I was interviewing people. That was like, I believe episode four. It was episode four. MC, Jersey, lyricist, dope, dope, dope MC, positive brother, family man. Gotta show him that respect. Look up Ish K, I dollar sign H dash K on your streaming sites, your YouTubes. Follow him on Instagram. You know what I mean? Definitely. Follow old Solo too. He's holding it down in battle rap, doing his thing always. So it's always dope to have people checking out what you do. I also interviewed artist Flex AI on that very same episode. It was dope. First time interviewing anybody. So I had a few interviews. It was great. I was drunk though. I'll admit that. I was drunk. So I didn't plan that right on my end. I was drunk. I was had to scoot down the stairs and shit. When I was trying to stand up, I was standing up, got back upstairs, stand up. Bouncers and the ladies were scared I was gonna like fall down the steps. So I'm trying not to fall down the steps and conduct interviews. I wouldn't do that now, but yeah, that was fun. Yeah, fun times. Yeah, that was a minute ago. But yeah, the interviews came out cool. Drunk person interviewing other drunk people, and yeah, it wasn't Drink Champs. Maybe that's why I love the show so much. But yeah, shout out to Drink Champs. But yeah, that was one of the things. Talking to artists, like I talked to T.O. the Stat. Check his music out. Got a project coming up with him soon. Look out for that. Follow him online. He has a bunch of music out. Um, yeah, I'm just loving life and trying to be creative with the topics I talk about. Even if I talked about it before, I try to go back and talk about it in a better way. Revisit it, add a new twist, or if I realize I was wrong, give an update. Or if I realize I wasn't wrong, maybe it's something else I didn't know about it, then I'll do that. Or maybe I came up with a new angle I could put spin on it, then I'll put that new spin on it, that new angle on it. Maybe I just didn't give the topic enough of space to really land. Because sometimes, I mean, I would do a lot. I would do a lot. I admit it'd be a bunch of topics in one episode. It's like, how many topics can I have in one episode? All of them. That's how it was. So after a while, I kept having people say, "Hey, chill with that." Try to focus. Try to be more focused. Or I try to streamline my approach. Now I'm more streamlined with it. But there's still a charm in the older episodes. There's still a charm in these episodes too. I talk about personal stories, good stories, bad stories, stories that were adventurous, stories that were sad, stories where I caught the L, but I caught the L in spectacular fashion. Like wow, like you, I'll tell you how bad I caught the L, and you're gonna think I lied to you. Like oh, what movie you seen that from? What TV show you got that from? Nah, that was last year during the during the snowstorm. Something you know, it was something that happened. So that is another dimension of vibing. And I used to play little beat snippets. Had little beat snippets of tracks I do because I'm a producer. That's another element. So I would have the beat snippets playing in between the topic, like each snippet, I would have it like a segment. Segment one might be the rant alert, and then after that, I'll introduce myself and everything. Then there'll be beat in between those, or sometimes I would take the little music cues that would be in the Anchor app, like a little musical piece, like do as a drop. But later on, Anchor stopped doing that, and Anchor was absorbed by Spotify, and they said, nah, you can't have nothing in yours. Before you know, you can have songs, and they like, yeah, have 15 seconds of this song if it ran through Spotify. If it ran through Spotify, you know, they say, okay, you can have a song up there. And if the person was subscribed to Spotify, they could hear the whole song. But if they wasn't, then they just heard like 15 seconds of the song. And I would put all these songs in there in between it. Now I can't do that anymore because, you know, they don't allow that. Now you can't even put the 15-second snippets in there. Like, not just talk. And that's what that is. So, uh, yeah, that's the downside, one of the downsides of having something and it's not directly on your platform. Something to think about, something I may need to work on, you know, because I had some episodes where the music was a big part, a major part in the episode. Like the episode of the my top 10, it'd be like my top 10 favorite songwriting. My song top Tory. I'm tripping. My top 10 storytelling songs, songs that told stories. And I would talk about the song, but I would play it as well. Now, if you had Spotify, you would hear the whole song. But if you didn't, you would just be hearing 15 seconds snippet. But after a while, you know, they stopped even letting the brother do that. So I couldn't really go in that direction with it. Heck, I would even have beats playing in the background. Have my beats playing in the background. So I had to get used to just talk without anything all the time. Talk without any music playing all the time. As someone who loves music and makes beats, to record myself without music in the background as a recording artist, as a producer, that seems wow. It's like, what? At least gotta have someone beatboxing in the corner or something, but you know, nah, can't. Like my cousin won't sue me and y'all, come on. But nah, can't do it. What can I say? Yeah, and I talk about love, romance, growing up, childhood adventures, all that. I talk about a variety of topics. Vibe with me. I used to curse a lot. in the podcast. I don't curse as much anymore. Hey, now and then, like I said, damn, like 4 times in a row. Ooh, I used to curse in this. I used to curse, cuss. You know what I mean? Curse, cuss. But now not as much. And now the podcast, I also have it on YouTube. Before I didn't have it on YouTube. It's just on the stream sites, but now you can see it and hear it. And before I didn't have it on any particular day, just whenever I did it. But my homie was like, Bricks was like, yeah, you gotta chill. If you want people to watch it, you gotta be consistent. Check his music out, Bricks 973, back, you know, real hip hop for real. But yeah, you gotta be consistent, and that's the truth. Back down, which that's the truth. And Fridays is the day. Check me out YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Follow me on IG, Vibin With Reeves _podcast, Vibin With Reeves on Facebook. Check me out, reevesent.com, and vibe with me. I will continue to grow, and I would want you to grow with me. I would like for you to grow with me. I'm vibing, vibe with me. It's all gonna be enjoyable, talk about some real stuff. I had fun. Oh, interview with AD True Life Toscano, Adrian True Life Toscano, you know, indie director doing his thing, you know, novelist, all that. His book, The Beat, a memoir of hip hop harm and healing. Check that out. It's a good read. And also his another book of his, which is actually also a movie available on Tubi, Trapped in Temptation. You like the way that sound? Trapped in Temptation is good. He used to direct music videos. He even directed one of my music videos. Was a goodie player. You can check that out. I was on YouTube. And right now, I'm gonna get into some of my favorite episodes of my podcast that I think it'd be good for you to check out. Vibe with me, blame juice and creativity, the inspiration, toxic relationships. Guess what that's about? I bet you got it. The nightlife experience. I used to go out. Since I used to do it on the phone. I used to do it on the phone. It's not crazy, but since I used to do the podcast on the phone, I would bring the phone with me. So I'd be in the lounge. I'm in the club. I got the phone with me, and I pull out the phone and talk to people right then and there, or talk right then and there, and the music playing in the background. Try to do impromptu interviews and all that. That's something I would do. Don't for episode 14. Don't block the love. Be romantical. That's some of the uh another one is attention is the new drug. Check that out, please. Please. One of my recent favorite ones is it a fact, an opinion, or are you in your feelings? Another one, wild and crazy times on these internet streets. Talk about all the wild stuff that's going on the internet lately. Also talk about my pet peeves and things that I really don't like. That's why I call rant alerts. I'll just go off. Sometimes people see stuff you just want to blow off steam, and I do that on a rant alert section of the show. I got the calm down list, the list of things that make me want to chill. Episode with my homeboy Shy, that was dope. Shy, what up? Just talking about life and everything. I'm just scrolling through right now. Club Night Memories, that was good. So you're really not gonna let me get that parking spot? Good episode. Good episode. Shout out to my homie Sean that one. He was rocking that episode. Don't forget to smell the roses. Don't get tricked out position. Check that one out. When you feel like flipping and some people want to trick you into doing something stupid that's gonna blow up in your face and they want you to. Sabotage. You gotta think a couple of steps ahead of people. Real. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for everything. And please comment, like, share, let me know what you think. Like it, dislike it, love it, hate it. Mm, what I could do better, what I need to do more, what do you like? You like, no, keep doing that. Whatever it is, let me know. And thank you. Messy people on trial, that's a good one. The word is self-worth. Because self-love is important, self-worth is important. And now that I've given you a synopsis of what you can expect on Vibin with Reeves, what I'll talk about, funny stories, sad stories, things that can inspire you, things that might make you mad, things that can help you creatively, life hacks, my coping strategies, things I need to do better in, things that piss me off. And the vibe. You have your own vibes, but I'm just asking you to vibe with me. And let's have a good one. Y'all stay up, be blessed. All right. See you next Friday. Yeah.